Missing trio case, unsolved after 48 years. The disappearance of 3 young girls in Fort Worth stands as one of the biggest unsolved mystery in the town's history. The girls went Christmas shopping and were never seen or heard from again, leaving only a car with gifts in the parking lot. In today's video, we'll go further into this mysterious story. On Monday, December 23, 1974, Rachel Arnold, 17, and Renee Wilson, 14, decided to do some last-minute Christmas shopping together. Renee and Rachel have known each other for a long time. They grew up camping together with their families. Rachel married Tommy Trilica when she was just 16 years old. Although they were young, everyone seemed to agree that Rachel and Tommy were a match made in heaven. Renee's boyfriend, Terry, was initially supposed to go shopping with the girls, but his little sister, Julie Ann Mosley, joined them instead. As a 4th grader, Julie Ann had to ask her mom for permission before Rachel and Renee could take her to the mall. Julie Ann's mother said no because Julie had no money, but after some begging, she finally gave in. Julie Ann's mother told her to be home by 6 o'clock p.m., and Renee and Rachel said that wouldn't be an issue. That evening, Renee had plans to attend a Christmas party with Terry, who had given her a promise ring as a gift earlier that day. Their first stop was the Army-Navy store. After Renee picked up 2 pairs of blue jeans she had on hand, they drove to Seminary South Shopping Center. Rachel parked her Oldsmobile in the shopping center's upper garage near Sears. Their family members grew concerned when Rachel, Renee, and Julie Ann were not home by 6 o'clock p.m. While Renee's father and a few neighbors drove to the mall to search for them, other relatives waited by the phones in case the girls called. When the anxious relatives of the missing girls got to the parking lot, they walked around the lot until they found Rachel's Oldsmobile in the upper garage near Sears. After looking in the windows and trying the car doors, they found that they were locked and that the key was missing. Since there were shopping bags in the back seat, it appeared the girls had returned to their Oldsmobile at some point to drop off the packages. At first, the girls' family assumed Rachel's car had a flat tire. However, her car still being in the parking lot gave everyone a bad feeling. Rachel's mother and brother rushed to the parking lot when they heard the others had found her car at the shopping center. They visited every store in the shopping center, asking about Rachel, Renee, and Julie Ann. Despite the mall manager's calls over the PA system for the girls to come forward, they never did. Fort Worth police officers finally arrived on the scene at 11 o'clock p.m. Police found Rachel, Renee, and Julie Ann's relatives armed with shotguns, guarding Rachel's Oldsmobile. Their loved ones waited all night for the girls, or whoever took them, to appear. Following a search of the area, police assumed that the missing trio had run away. After learning the officers' theory, the girls' families vehemently denied the allegations. They pointed out that the girls had no personal items with them, and they had no money as evidence. They had no intention of leaving. Tommy Trilica received a disturbing letter the next day, Christmas Eve. The envelope was addressed to Thomas A. Trilica and contained Rachel's name. A letter was inside the envelope, allegedly written by Rachel, which read, "I know I'm going to catch it, but we had to get away. We are going to Houston. See you in about a week. The car is in Sears' upper lot. Love, Rachel." Several things were wrong with the letter, and it made the missing girls' families feel uneasy. Tommy immediately became concerned. He was skeptical that Rachel had written the letter. Firstly, Rachel always called her husband Tommy, never Thomas. However, the letter was addressed to Thomas. Additionally, it looked like Rachel's name was misspelled and then corrected. The zip code on the envelope was blurry, and it might have been 76083, but the 3 looked like an incomplete 8. According to investigators, 76038 or 76088 were likely intended, which are Eliasville and Weatherford, respectively. The FBI has analyzed the letter several times over the years, but deemed the results inconclusive each time. Despite their best efforts, they could never prove that Rachel had written the letters to Tommy. Nevertheless, the family hoped the letter was authentic and awaited the girls' return a week later, but they never returned. When the trio didn't return a week later as promised in the letter, police officers began to take their disappearance more seriously. Though they still thought Rachel had written the letter, it is now possible that someone forced her to write it. Following Rachel, Renee, and Julie Ann's disappearance, a family friend started a reward fund for information leading to their location. While Renee's family didn't believe the girls left voluntarily, they pleaded with them to come home or call if they did. One of the store clerks at the shopping center told police that a woman came into her store on December 23rd to report that she had witnessed someone shoving 3 women into a pickup truck. Despite their best efforts, the police were unable to locate this eyewitness. On New Year's Eve, a man hunting near a stream discovered discarded women's clothing. He remembered Rachel, Renee, and Julie Ann's disappearance and called the police, believing the items may be theirs. Family members of the trio inspected the clothes and determined they did not belong to the missing girls. Julie Ann Mosley's mother received an eerie phone call in February 1975, a few months after the girls were reported missing from the shopping center. She heard a low, moaning noise and a voice croaking, "Mama." When Julie Ann's mother asked if it was her, the person answered yes. The phone disconnected before Julie Ann could say anything else. Until she died, Julie Ann's mother believed her daughter was on the phone that day in February 1975. Renee's family also kept receiving bizarre phone calls from a girl claiming to be Renee's friend. However, Renee's parents could not locate the girl in her yearbook, and none of Renee's classmates recognized her name. When police traced Renee's alleged friend's phone calls, they discovered they were coming from a teenage girl in a different part of Texas. In custody, she admitted taunting Renee's family, but did not call Julie Ann's mother. The authorities believed her. In 1979, Rachel, Renee, and Julie Ann's families hired a private detective. Tragically, he died of a drug overdose on the floor of his apartment and required his papers on the girls destroyed in the event of his death, leaving their families with even more questions. Several years later, Rachel's sister Deborah revealed to the Fort Worth Telegram that she was briefly engaged to her sister's husband Tommy before they married. When Rachel disappeared, Deborah lived with Rachel and Tommy. After breaking up with her boyfriend, she moved in with the couple. Despite her history with her brother-in-law, Deborah maintained that they had a cordial relationship and their romance was long over. Rachel asked Deborah to go with her on the day she disappeared, but she chose to stay in bed. Deborah said in the interview that maybe the girls were taken from the parking lot and forced into sex trafficking. The families of the Fort Worth trio pleaded with Deborah after her interview to tell them whatever information she knew, since they believed she knew more than she admitted. Some of them thought Deborah wrote the letter to Tommy, but there has never been any evidence that Deborah was involved in her sister's disappearance. Rachel's brother began working with a private investigator in 1999. In the days following Rachel and Renee's disappearance, Rachel's brother and the private investigator believe they were seen in stores and gas stations throughout the state. Now they think Renee and Julie have died, but Rachel was alive and kept away from Fort Worth by an unidentified individual. According to the private investigators, several credible witnesses saw Rachel as recently as Christmas 1998 in Fort Worth. Neither man has revealed any evidence to support their claims. Investigators believe Rachel, Renee, and Julie Ann left the shopping center with someone they trusted. They think several people were involved in the abduction, and the girls met with foul play after they left the parking lot. In 2001, a witness came forward and said he saw Rachel, Renee, and Julie Ann in a pickup truck being driven by a male security guard from the Seminary South Shopping Center at 11:30 p.m. on December 23rd. The girls appeared to be in the car of their own free will. Several days later, the witness saw a news report about the missing girls and contacted Fort Worth police, but never heard back. After hearing nothing more about the case, he assumed it was solved and didn't contact the police again. Investigators have said they located the security guard identified by the witness, but he denied that the girls were in his truck on December 23, 1974. During the summer of 2018, investigators raised 2 cars from a lake because they believed the vehicles might be related to the case. However, these efforts have yet to yield any results. Family members of the Fort Worth trio have continued to scour the woods and explore hundreds of back roads over the years. No new developments in the girls' case have been reported since their disappearance decades ago. Every year at Christmas time, since their disappearance, Rachel's mother has displayed 3 angel decorations on her front lawn in memory of Rachel, Renee, and Julie Ann. For now, the surviving relatives of the girls are still searching for answers, which their hope lie in new advanced DNA technology. So there you have it. What do you think happened to Rachel, Renee, and Julie Ann in December 1974? Let us know in the comments below. If you appreciated this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more true crime coverage. Thanks for watching, and see you soon in the next video.